everyone, sorry it's been a while since my last video. Obviously things just absolutely manic for me. I thought I'd just do a quick video on basically how we became a family of 7 from a family of 3. So you've seen our introduction video, so you know I've got 2 sets of twins and McKenzie who's 10. It all began in 2006 when I met Liam. Absolute whirlwind romance. We fell in love. After just 3 months of being together, I fell pregnant with McKenzie. We decided we were going to make a go of it. We moved in together and McKenzie was born. We were parents, we grew up very quickly, and we just looked after McKenzie to the best of our ability. Then we got married in 2009. Fantastic day, loved the wedding, amazing. We went on honeymoon and we decided to try for another baby. So when McKenzie had just turned 2, we started trying. I thought, oh, maybe 3 to 6 months and it'll be done. You know, I'll be pregnant. I caught so quickly last time and we weren't even trying. And this time we are trying and hopefully it'll be quite quick. So I'll have 2 under 3. But unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. A year, 2 years, I think 2.5 years had gone by. And I said to Liam, I think there's something wrong. Obviously we got pregnant for McKenzie really quickly and it's just not happening for us. So we need to go and see a doctor. And we underwent various tests and I had a hysterosalpingogram to check there was no blockages, and there was nothing. All the tests came back clear. We went privately to a local clinic. We went for an open evening to see what would be the best, option for us. We explained we'd caught naturally before. We'd been trying for about 5.5 years by this point. Mackenzie was always asking for a brother or sister, wasn't understanding why he just wasn't having one. All his friends were having brothers and sisters. I used to watch things like One Born Every Minute and absolutely bawl my eyes out thinking, why can't I have another baby? Like, what have I done? I'm so blessed with McKenzie, but my longing for a second child, it was so strong. I've got a lot of friends in similar situations. They're not even lucky enough to have one baby. So I felt really guilty knowing that I had one, but still, longed for a second child so badly. So through the clinic, they said to go for IUI. I had been reading up on it and I thought maybe they'd suggest IVF to us. I was quite glad they said IUI because it's not as intrusive and obviously it was quite a lot cheaper. I've got some letters here that just shows all the different appointments and test results, meetings. I mean, this is just a handful. I have got so many different letters. It's, unreal. It's just so many different things that we had to go through over such a long period of time for another baby. So with the IUI, I've got a sheet here that shows just how much I had to inject, the different medication I had to take. I had to inject myself twice a day for 10 days every time that I did the IUI, and that in itself was really painful and hard work and draining, but it was worth it. I knew that it would help me hopefully conceive. We had 3 goes of IUI. Unfortunately, they all failed. I built myself up absolutely every single time that we had IUI. I thought, got to do the pregnancy test in 15-16 days, it's going to be positive. And I always had that in the back of my head. I always thought, this time it's going to work, this time it's going to work. But sadly, after 3 goes, it hadn't worked and I was just absolutely drained. It was over a period of 8 months, I think, 8 or 9 months, because you have to leave about a month, 2 months in between each go. And it almost broke me and Liam. We got to the point where our marriage was just, it was hard. We were just literally trying for a baby. There was no love, no romance. We were arguing all the time. We were both drained and stressed and it was taking its toll on us. And I worried what it was doing to McKenzie. So I decided I didn't want to do any more. That was it. I was absolutely done. We then went on holiday in October 2015 for my mum's 60th birthday. We went to Cyprus. And while we were on holiday, my mum was talking about it with us. She knew how much we longed for another baby and how much McKenzie wanted a sibling. So she said, go on, just try one more time. And if it doesn't work, at least you can say you tried. But I was really against the idea. I was, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to put myself through that. I don't want to put me and Liam through that. We're just getting back on track. But Liam convinced me and my mum convinced me, and when we came back from the holiday I rang the clinic and booked in for a 4th go at IUI. But this time something was different. I thought in my head, it's not going to work, it's absolutely pointless, we've just thrown money down the drain. And so after having the IUI, didn't think about it, I just let it go. It wasn't like the other times. The other times I longed, I couldn't wait to do the pregnancy test. Every day was dragging. Whereas this time I threw myself into work and I just didn't even think about doing that test. So when the day came to do the test, Liam was already in work. It was early. I was going to work early. I thought I'll just do it. You know, it's going to be negative. I had absolutely no hope whatsoever. So I did the test and I actually put it down and went and got dressed for work. And then I came back in and I picked it up and looked at it, and I remember just all this emotion just flying up, and I just burst into tears. So I took a picture straight away and sent it to Liam, and within seconds he rung me and he was crying his eyes out on the phone. He was absolutely bawling. We were both crying together. We couldn't believe it. So I then rang my mum to tell her. She had McKenzie, so I told her not to tell him, kept it a secret. Yeah, and then it was just absolutely amazing feeling. I rang the clinic. They said I had to go in about 5 weeks for a scan. So just before the 7-week scan, I was feeling really, really sick, and McKenzie could see that I was unwell. I was crying, being sick. So me and Liam said that we'd have to tell him. I mean, he was 8, and I just thought he's not a silly boy. He's very clever. He knows something's going on. So we told him that he was going to have a brother or sister. And I just remember him going, yes, I'll always remember that. It was absolutely amazing. Just that feeling that we could give him a brother or sister, and he was going to be a big brother to someone. He was so happy. So then we went for the scan, and McKenzie came with us because he was well aware then that we were having a baby. So it was absolutely amazing to find out that we were having twins. I'd said to Liam previously that there was either going to be twins or there was something wrong, because my pregnancy was very different to that of McKenzie. I felt really sick this time and really ill, and I just couldn't explain it. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I knew something was different. So when we got there and the sonographer told us, yeah, it's twins, I wasn't really shocked. Liam was, and I think McKenzie was, but it was such an amazing feeling. So McKenzie knew he was going to be a big brother to 2. Over the 8 months, McKenzie sort of helped look after me a bit. He cuddled up to me and talked to my bum. He absolutely loved it. He watched the babies grow, came to most of the scans with us. Yeah, and then on the 23rd of June 2016, I gave birth to Madison and Jackson. Absolutely beautiful babies, and we were over the moon. Our family was complete. We had no plans at all for any of the babies. We were absolutely blessed, so grateful, so thankful that we finally had a bigger family, and McKenzie had the siblings that he'd always wanted. But one night in December 2016, my mum took McKenzie out. Madison and Jackson were in bed, so me and Liam had like one night together. Didn't even think that we would get pregnant naturally. It just didn't even occur to us. We went away for New Year. We all came home, and the whole household had a sickness bug. But the problem was everybody else seemed to be getting better, and I couldn't shift mine. So I worked back some dates and thought, oh wow, I think I've missed a period. Rung Liam, he told me to do a pregnancy test. So I did the pregnancy test, and straight away the line came up. It was positive, and I burst into tears. I think I was shocked and anxious because we had 6-month-old twins and McKenzie, who was 9, and I was absolutely exhausted. Having another baby just wasn't part of the plan. I mean, I was really grateful that we had Madison and Jackson after the struggle that we went through, but I just didn't know how we were going to cope. However, there was no option. This baby was coming and I was going to love it with all my heart. So I rang Liam, told him I was pregnant, I was crying. He said we'd be absolutely fine, we'd cope fine. I said I needed to go down and tell my mum. I just needed someone to hug me because he was in work. So I ran downstairs crying. My mum said, what's the matter, what's the matter? She thought there was something wrong with the babies. And then I held up this and she said, oh, you silly girl, don't be silly. We'll manage, you'll be fine. And I just thought, do you know what? We will be fine. I'm extremely blessed. I'm very lucky to have, 3 babies now under the age of, 1.5 they would be. So we decided that we would go and have a private scan because people kept saying to us, oh, what if it's twins again? Or, oh, it's going to be triplets. And I thought, do you know what? I genuinely think it's twins again. I had a gut feeling. So we booked a private scan at the same place, saw the same sonographer. And when we went in, we had an internal scan and I just saw it straight away. I knew what I was looking at. I saw the 2 sacs. All these things were going through my head. I looked at Liam and he was just like, oh, wow, how are we going to cope? He sort of like went into shock. But all that was going through my head was like pram, car seats, new car, bigger house, nappies, milk, food, everything we'd have to spend money on. So as my bump grew, everything started falling into place. We had a bigger car, we had a bigger house. I mean, we're very lucky we had some savings in place. McKenzie wasn't so sure. He thought he was going to be pushed out, but we explained to him that he wouldn't be. And yeah, Maddie and Jax were growing up. When they were then 13.5 months, I gave birth to Alexa and Sienna on the 10th of August 2017. Two beautiful, healthy little girls. And our family was definitely complete. We had 4 babies under 14 months and McKenzie, who was now very nearly 10. And life is absolute chaos. It's manic. I don't know if you can see my car. I've got an absolutely huge car, 3 rows, 4 car seats in here. It's amazing. And how we get out and about is just, it's a struggle. It takes forever to get anywhere. But I wouldn't be without any of my babies. When people see me out and about with either the 4 babies or even the 5 of them, if Mackenzie's with me, they say, oh wow, 2 sets of twins and an older one. How do you cope? You deserve a medal. And do you know what? I don't. I really don't deserve a medal, because after everything that we went through, the struggle, it was just absolutely phenomenal. There are so many people out there struggling, and everybody used to say to me, when you stop thinking about it, you'll catch pregnant. And yet it did happen, and that was true. But you can't tell someone to stop thinking about it if they're really genuinely wanting a baby, whether it's their first, second, third. That struggle is real. That struggle is raw emotion. And I still feel that pain now. I still watch Unborn every minute. Now I watch it with a smile on my face, but it does tear at my heartstrings. It does bring back memories for me. And I've got a few friends going through some situations where they can't conceive, and they say I'm an inspiration. They say my story is really inspiring, but I really hope that it does inspire some people to continue. Unfortunately, not everybody will be as lucky as I am. They may not have a baby, but I really hope that everything does work out for you if you're trying, because I know that feeling. I know, sorry, I'm getting upset. I know how hard it is. I know the struggle. People used to say to me all the time, oh, don't you think it's time for a second? For a long time I just used to say, oh no, I'm fine with 1 baby. But deep down they didn't know what I was going through. So now I will never ask anybody if they're planning on having children, or if they've already got some, if they're planning on having any more. It's like the worst question you can ask somebody, because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I know every day how lucky I am. So when people tell me that I need a medal, or they don't know how I cope because of what I went through, and I know how lucky I am every single day. So blessed with 5 beautiful babies now. So yeah, my family is complete. In January of this year, our story was in the Daily Mail, just showing how we'd had the treatment and gone from having just McKenzie to Madison and Jackson, and then having Alexa and Sienna as well. Absolutely fantastic. It's just a very small version of the story that I'm telling now. But I'm just so happy and so grateful to have these babies every single day. Hopefully over the next couple of weeks / months, I'll put some vlogs up for you to see how we get out and about, whether it be in the car or 2 double prams. I've now got a quad pram as well, so you'll be able to see all those different things, and just how long it takes to get out, what kind of things I have to take out with me in my changing bag. I mean, I've got a massive size sports bag, changing bag, so yep. So I'll put some vlogs up soon, and I hope you like them. If you do, please subscribe, and I will see you soon. Cheers guys, bye.